Hey, Ludacris. I definitely think it'll be beaten today. I don't so I was actually watching this morning. I was just like randomly recommended like a retrospective video essay type thing on the first Myst. It just showed up on YouTube. And then from there, it turned out the dude had actually made videos like that about all five Mysts. So I watched his Myst 4 video, um, and I clicked away when he started to talk about the ending, but it does seem like I'm probably pretty much right at the ending at this point. There's not much left. For the record, that guy mostly agrees with me about the problems with the game, so it's not just me. The Myst 4 video essay guy on YouTube also is like, yeah, game's kind of fucked. This is the worst one. Also, I went back and checked my own footage from Riven, or not from Riven, from Exile, and yeah, I was remembering correctly that Exile does move like a million times faster than this. This game is actually really slow. Ugh, God, several seconds between screens. But yeah, his video had a whole section dedicated to, his video had a whole section dedicated to complaining about the hand, which is like, I agree. I agree completely, man. Um, he was playing the PC versions. It turns out that actually they may have improved the console version in a subtle way. If if you remember when I was dealing with the monkey puzzle, oh, the game is muted. Whoops. Not that there's much audio in this game, but I forgot to unmute after the loud noise. My bad. But if you remember the monkey puzzle from yesterday where I had to like turn the dials with the right timing. Oh, there's still water here. I thought I had stopped the water. No, that is still full of water. Huh. I thought I solved this puzzle yesterday. I may have not actually solved this puzzle. Well, shoot. Welp, back into the woods, I guess. But it was that puzzle where I had to move the monkeys around on in like the pentagon, and then I had to get the monkey to throw the fruit at like the guy who was blocking my path. And the fruit just like straight up killed him for some reason. Some we were good, but apparently on the PC version you have to actually click the dial and then spin the mouse around the dial, which like apparently just makes the whole thing very imprecise, and like you can't, like there's no way to get a good handle on what the timing is for like how many, like I was timing on Xbox. They seem to have changed it so you just click and hold on the dial and it rotates on its own, and because of that you can tell your timing based on a full rotation of the dial. Like a short turn is one rotation, a long turn is two rotations, but on PC you don't have that kind of assist because it's you doing the rotating, which just means that like there's like no consistent way to tell if what you're doing is registering as a short or a long. And so you just have to like input everything 10 times to get it to work once. And it's like that. And think about how many monkey names I had to input to solve that puzzle. You're just doing that the whole time, and every input takes like several tries. So that's just completely awful. That's just the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. Um, I'm going to... Right, I have to get to that intersection so I can check the status of the water. So apparently they made it even worse on PC, and the Xbox version has some improvements. But also, yeah, just like apparently it is the same problem on PC where screens take like 3 seconds to load, and then the hand itself sort of slowly animates between states. So you can hover your mouse over something and then not even realize that you've hovered over something interactive because the hand didn't change fast enough for you to see it before you scrolled past it. Stuff like that. The weird just like the weird acceleration that it has, where like moving the hand a consistent amount is like not, like you can't be precise with it because it has this acceleration factor to it that just feels very, very wrong. It's just like messed up. It's just a very messed up thing. I think maybe I have to hit this one. It's not even just like mouse it's that like here's how it is. If I push the analog stick in one direction, I cannot predict how fast the hand is going to move. Like it might slowly pick up like that, or it might just move really fast like this. There's like no way of even predicting how fast it's gonna move. So it's just kind of messed up. And then it doesn't help that on Xbox the game has lag. So then also it just like that affects the speed of the cursor too. All I can think to do is turn this one to send the water out of the mouth over there. I'm not sure why that's there. The video essay guy also had a big problem with the Peter Gabriel music video, which for the record, I thought that was funny. It's completely like, it is so out of step with the entire rest of the Myst series up to this point. But I think that's what makes it compelling to me. And it's still full of water. Huh. I'm not really sure what I'm missing then. At this point. Yeah, he didn't really talk about version differences. That was just something that I noticed from watching his video, is that he was having a worse time with the monkey puzzle than me. Other than that, the PC version looks better. Like, the visuals are just less blurry, which, you know, you'd figure would be the case. You do move a little faster between screens on PC, but not that much. Maybe not even much at all, actually. Yeah, no, it is about the same, I think. Probably. Well, here, let me attempt to do some puzzle solving on my own before I completely give up again for the day. Because we do know, almost certainly, that this is how the water moves. And I don't understand this at all, but I don't know. There must be some way to make sense of it, because, like, what... Like, I feel like water puzzle A, or water, like the elements of the puzzle A and B have to be top left and top right, because they've both got two inputs coming out of them. But then from there, it's kind of just like, I guess I've got water flowing. I mean, there's only so many combinations we could even have to do this in, right? Like, hang on. I'm going back to here. Yeah, I think even on a modern PC, it still does not load quickly. Is what's, you know, it was loading slowly in this dude's video, and I don't think he was playing on like an old PC or anything. That's just sort of a feature of the game. Maybe if I now turn this way. It's still moving over there. Not real, like, hey, Ketrub, but like, oh wait, was that there before? Hang on. Was that water flowing out of the bottom like that before? I think I might have actually had it solved. And it's just a little bit confusing. I do disagree with Myst Video Essay Guy on the legibility of the graphics, though. He didn't seem to have an issue with that. For me, I feel like it's hard to tell what anything is or where you're going. Just because of the way the visuals of the game are. Or wait, I want this to be this way. Okay, so we did stop the water. It's just that there is still water down there, which, like, maybe the idea is to, like, scoop it out with the orb, you know? Like, can we slowly scoop out all the water? Or like, what does it accomplish for us that we've even stopped the water? Because the whole machine is still running. I mean, I guess we probably want the machine to run. Otherwise, this wouldn't move. It wouldn't do anything. But I feel like there's some kind of interactive element that I must be missing at this point. Yeah, I mean, the Xbox is a good console, but definitely PCs were better by 2004, you know? I'm gonna step inside the orb. I was never able to find anything interactive in here before. I kind of don't think there is anything inside the orb. The controls are just outside the orb. And this wheel has always been a bit, like, sketchy to me, but it seems to be actually just nothing. Other than that, though, I'm not really sure what to do here. Like, I'm just gonna pull it up because we already looked at it, so I have no shame in doing this. I'm pretty sure this already says, oh, it does give you a step-by-step of everything, doesn't it? So, once the water is stopped, look to the harvester for help. So I guess look to the harvester for help. That's the harvester. I can't, like, go this way. Can I? There's nothing interactive on this. I've looked at that like a million times. Look to the harvester for help. It's just that, like lowering it down and filling it with water is kind of interesting, but, well, actually, hang on a second. If I lower it down, I didn't check something. If I lower it down, close the door, and then raise it back up, does it scoop out, like, all of the water that's down there? Like, will we have revealed some kind of staircase here or something? Yes, okay, there we go. That's what I was missing. Hadn't tried that combination of things. Man, this is quite dark, isn't it? Well, no, I'm just going back the way. Oh, hang on. Okay. Then that lowers the water level even more. That just brings me in there. That's just leaving. So it is just this staircase. This wheel doesn't seem interactive, even though you'd think that it is. This giant wheel that's clearly locking the door. But I mean, maybe now that I've done that, we've like lowered the water level even more, and then we can do something else with the big orb out here. Like maybe now I hit the dump button and it like does something interesting. Or like now I lower it, and then maybe it being lowered causes the door to open for some reason, because now I can lower it without having it go down into the water or something like that. No, it's still totally down in the water, but now it's down and I can go down, which is like a new state of things. Kind of seems like nothing though. Kind of seems like nothing. Maybe then now if I rotate this back the other way, I think I'm kind of just... Oh, I see. It's this door. I'm opening and closing like a little door thing on the other side of the... So I guess that drained all the water. Maybe I go turn the water back on now with the drain open. What if that's it? I'm gonna try it. Where am I? We're going all the way back here. I bet there's like a faster way to get to this area. And I've just been doing it the slow way every time because it's just what I know how to do. I know it works, so I just do it. Okay, so now we've got water drain, and then that'll like spin the wheel and open the door, you know? Like that's my thought. No. No, that's doing nothing. But then maybe if I, hear me out, if I close this, then shouldn't it start filling up with water? And how am I not like drowning right now? For some reason, the water is staying low. I'm not sure why the water is staying low now, because we've got water flowing back in here. So you'd think that the water would not be staying low anymore. But that did raise the water level back up to above the... Oh, wait. Now the door's closed. Like just a timing thing, I guess. Then this is not interactive still. Still not interactive. But now I'm stuck in here. I guess I can lower it by doing this. Maybe I should raise... Or the sphere is raised. Maybe I should lower the sphere. And then something will, like, happen. What? The sphere is not raised. Wait, what? What? Was I, like... Was I wrong? Did I not just look to my side and see that the sphere was raised? Did I not literally just see that the sphere was in the up position? Huh? Well, anyway, I guess the sphere is actually in the down position. And there's definitely... Oh, wait. No, this is just a lamp. Never mind. Thought I saw something. It's weird the way... There does seem to be some kind of, like, timing element to this, but it's, like, not... It's, like, not that polished. So, like, if I come up here, it looks like the water is still low. But now if I go down and then back up, then now the door is shut because the water is not low. The water is now above the door. So it's like... It's just weird. I think that's probably also what happened with the orb up versus down. Yeah, I can't keep turning it. No, I can't turn it past. Okay, orb is up. I can't go into the orb, though. It's like fake up. Because then if we look at the lever over there, it depicts the orb. It depicts the lever in the down position, and we cannot enter the orb. This is like a fake up orb, where now if I come over here, the orb is now no longer up. It is now properly down. So it's just like... This section's just kind of buggy, honestly. It's just a little bit messed up. Might have something to do with them, like... It might have something to do with them just, like, not rendering all of the combinations, all the possible combinations of water, orb, and, like, thingy in there. I don't know. This is just weird and confusing, isn't it? Makes it a little bit hard to have any idea what's going on. And yeah, I am hoping this is the final Myst stream. I'm pretty sure we're very close to the end of the game. I'm just, like, not really... I just... like, the things... I think the issue I'm having here with a puzzle like this is just, like... too many of these elements just don't feel like they're logically connected. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Orb up versus down doesn't seem to matter. Yo, hello from Game Jam. That's sick. Enjoy the Game Jam. I haven't done one of them since I was in college, because my college used to host them, and I used to always join them, and I had so much fun doing that. But, you know, it's been 6 years, something like that. What are you making? What's the theme? Wait, why is this... It's like the color of the... This was blue before. What? Why did it change? Maybe when it's locked, it's blue. Do we have a separate hint for this, or is this all still part of the same? Hello? I think it crashed. I just tried to open the I just tried to open the map. I just tried to open the map and it's dead. Yeah, I can see the like the bars for the audio in OBS that show how loud it is are just stuck. All right, well, and yeah, the reset button combination is not working. Power cycling the Xbox. Excellent video game. Well, the good news is we lost no progress because I haven't done anything yet. What did I do? Yeah, I did literally nothing, so we're fine. I think that once Pi's Discord Wars is over, I really gotta try to get back to working on projects and stuff. I, like, started working on things. I am sort of working on a thing or two in the background, but I really want to get back to Lakeside as well, because it's been a super long time. And I was, like, pretty close to being done with the second town, which is, like, a major milestone for me for some reason. It would be sick to close it out and then properly have that done. That is my fishing game. Name in progress. Yeah, so the water is up, like fully up right now, and there is no water flowing through there, so it's hard between like streaming and everything. I do not have the kind of time that I used to for stuff. Life sucks. Wait, why didn't that... Huh? Wait. What actually caused the water to lower last time then? I... Is it because I don't... Oh, it's because of that river. Hang on. It's because this is set wrong. We also need the water pouring out of the mouth. And I don't have that set up. I'm giving it a hard 1 out of 5. It would be better if I didn't have to wake up so early. That's really what's like ruining my life right now, is the fact that I have to get up so early. And I know that it kind of is what it is as far as like it's the same number of hours regardless of what I do. Like we could shift it so that I'm working mids and I work like midnight to 8 a.m. or whatever. I think it's 10 to 6. But then that still wouldn't I would still be having to wake up quote unquote early. It's just my whole day would be shifted by several hours. So that doesn't help. Wait, so we do have a third. So if I open my picture, there are, well, no, I still don't get it. Never mind, because so this basin has 3 streams going into it. So you'd think it'd be the one all the way at the bottom, except it doesn't make sense because well, yes, actually it does make sense. On the middle row on the right, that's the one that controls the mouth water. And then actually we were misinterpreting, and middle row, middle column is actually element B, and then top left is element A. And then element C is like middle left, I think, is what that means. That's so confusing though. So now if we scoop the water, we should actually like lower the water level. Doesn't help that I have to study for work as well, which like is a cursed phrase that should not exist. But I definitely have to do some studying tonight and tomorrow because whole new phase of training begins on Monday. And it's like a whole thing, but there's all kinds of shit that I have to brush up on this weekend for that. So, the fun continues. Gonna be spending hours of my life rememorizing some numbers. Now we're back in here. Like, this is considered the same puzzle, though. I wonder if it wasn't supposed to be doing any of what it was doing before. What if the blue was like, well, the blue might have just been an indication that the door is closed. But what if, like, the whole sphere up versus sphere down weird bugginess of it was just like, what if it's not supposed to be like that? And it was just, like, actually broken, and that's why the game crashed. And if I try to do it again, it'll work this time. Wait, why is the water up again? What is it that causes this door to open? Like, what actually is it? The fact that it's some kind of gear. I mean, definitely water level is lowering, right? It's not like we're using the bathysphere as a counterweight or anything, are we? Is that possible? And now it's... And then that just opens. I guess because the water level lowers below the door, and that makes it open. It's definitely that once we come in here, we turn this, because this then forces the water level to be low no matter what we do. And I figure that like, this has to be, like, now that we've gotten in here, we can force the water level to stay low. Which means that now we can fiddle with things that would otherwise make the water level go high. Like, you'd figure that's what that enables us to do, maybe. What if we, like... I'm pretty sure I tried this and it didn't do anything, but what if I just, like, keep scooping? Like, we just keep trying to take more and more water out of this thing until the water level has gone below the other door. The water level should technically be even lower now, though it doesn't seem to be. I might be wrong about that. But technically it should be even lower now. I think it is, because that used to... But still not enough for this door. And maybe if I go check upstairs, like, Cirrus will come out of his door and be, like, pissed off at me because he noticed that the water stopped. That can't be anything, but... This is nothing. Bro, open up. Bro, open up. No. I think the water level has definitely gone down even further. Because didn't we look through this and see that the water was up to the line of the drain? And now the water is below that. Like, if I close this... We don't have any water coming in, so it doesn't like raise up or anything. Well, I guess before we saw the water up to the level of the drain, because we did unplug the water, so the water was flowing in here. If I open the door... Kind of just looks the same to me, but maybe if we look through the window, will we see it any different, or is it the same? I think the water level has gone up, right? Like I think right now I feel like we can see it at the level of the drain, and before we couldn't. None of this is really helping me solve anything, though. Like, I still have no idea what I'm even trying to accomplish. I'm just pressing all of the buttons, and hopefully something will happen. I can go into the orb. But I could always go into the orb. It doesn't... There's no controls in the orb, so it doesn't matter if I'm in it. What do I do? Lift the harvester back out. You can now reach the drain controls. Open the drain, walk back up to the winch. With the door closed, lower the harvester into the basin. So it is just keep on scooping. I think. I think that's what they're telling me to do. Lowering the harvester with the door closed doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But... like, okay. I didn't read that very closely. It might have made sense. Can I go in there yet? No. It's still locked. What did they say to do? It was like... With the door closed, pull the left lever to lower the harvester into the basin. Lift the harvester back out. You, dash, can now reach the drain controls. There's like a typo there. Lift the harvester back out. You can now reach the drain controls. Walk to the controls and open the drain. Walk back up to the winch. With its door closed, lower the harvester into the basin. Lift the harvester back out. More water will have left the basin. How does that make sense? And then pull the right lever to open the door. Use the lever to close the door. And then climb down to the secret door. How to... It's like they're getting an extra removal step just by sending the bathysphere down and back up. Am I reading that right? Hang on. That doesn't even make sense. With its door closed, lower the harvester into the basin, then lift the harvester back out. Why would you ever do that, though? What does that accomplish? That's, like, helpful. Like, hang on. They want me to do door closed. Just lower it and then immediately bring it back up. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Literally, I just came to that conclusion, RPG, when you, like, as I looked over at chat. That's what it is. It's that if you lower the orb, the water level will rise, and then some amount of it will go into the drain down there. I guess that does make sense. I guess I can't really complain. That's kind of big brain, but it does actually make sense. I think the reason why I didn't think of that is because you never actually see the orb touch the water. So unless you're, like, truly locked in, like, I just hadn't thought of that. You gotta be smarter than me to just think of that on your own, you know? Also, when you come over here, the water level always just looks the same no matter what you're doing anyway. So is the door open? No. No, it's not open at all. It's still fucking locked. Hello? It's still locked. What? That didn't help at all. Maybe because... Like, hang on. Let me just... It might just be because I was, like, messing around and I've somehow put the puzzle into a bad state. So that entering the solution didn't even work. Like, right now we're here. Come down. Drain is open. Oh, it's because the drain is closed right now. That's why it didn't work. That's why it didn't work. And now the final scoop. Does the water level look lower? I guess maybe a little bit. It definitely looks lower than when it's at the drain line. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I've got my I've got my picture for this. It's time. Also, this. I guess this is what we saw in the spirit realm when solving that spirit realm puzzle. I just screenshotted that real quick so that I'll have it. I don't know if it's gonna matter, but I just did. Okay, yeah. Alright, so What do I make of this then? We've also got this. I'm just gonna go ahead and screenshot this as well so that I can have it up the whole time. Let's see, crop it. Oh, not crop it like that. Actually, you know what I can do? I have a great idea. All right, so we've got our puzzle related stuff. There it is. Now you can see it too. What even is this puzzle? Oh, this is easy. Never mind. This is actually like way easier than I thought it was gonna be. It's just an issue of, well, I think we have to rotate this, possibly. Is there a way to rotate this whole thing? Because like green should be on top, then blue, but then it's green. Also, this is like not. Now this one doesn't work. Dude, clicking on stuff sucks so much in this game. Maybe it's like pink, then we can click a yellow. Or click like a cyan or something, because they're on that triangle. Do any of them work? Like, at all? If I press all of them, will any of them work? You have no idea how much of a pain in the ass this is. Like, how fiddly and annoying just to click on the colors. But no, none of them work after the first one. Oh. Oh. Okay, so wait, what am I trying to do? That's not what I thought I was doing. Okay. I think we're trying to get the colors. Okay, I understand. We're trying to get like a green one here, cyan, cyan, red, green, yellow, and then it'll open. That's what we're trying to do. So to do that, we gotta move all this shit around. I'm just gonna start pressing stuff. And I'll see what I can accomplish. We're trying to get... What am I even trying to do? I'm trying to get... Well, actually, we're very close to just having this. Like, there you go. That is in position. Bottom left is supposed to be red. Maybe I can get this red. I don't know if this puzzle is going to end up being really hard or if it's going to be easy. I hope it's easy. I know what the combination is. This kind of seems like it's working out. There are enough other cyans that actually I don't necessarily need to have... Well, there you go. There's red. Getting yellow down is pretty easy. Just gotta rotate this a bit now. Or wait, I can't rotate this. Because that's not how that works. Okay, wait, no. Gotta bring this out. Well, it's green on top, so let me see if I can just get a green in there real quick. Yeah, if you're colorblind, it's time to quit the game, by the way. Sorry, but it's time to stop. Your free trial of Myst 4 Revelation has just expired. Okay, then we need a green. Wait. Okay, right now I have a green in the bottom that needs to leave anyway, so we can scoot that guy right in there. And now we're just missing the yellow at the bottom, which I can literally just do. Okay, that wasn't really much of a puzzle. If you know the combination, then it's not very difficult to get that to work. Now we've got all the colors, and this should open. It just reset. Fuck, wait, how did... I input, nothing happened, so I was like, oh, then you press the button. No. Well, we're doing it again. Nothing happened when I input that correctly, so it was like... Alright, well, here we go again. Not annoying at all. I can just get green into position immediately. Please, it doesn't help that every time you accidentally tap instead of clicking, there's like a full 1 second tap animation before you can try to click again. It's like punishing you. Your punishment for failing to deal with the weird hand correctly. We need a yellow on the bottom. I think I see what I'm gonna do. It's not that simple. I'm just putting them where they're supposed to go, according to a thingy. It might be that it's not that simple. But here we are as far as like... Oh, you know what it is? We also have to sort them. Because, like, look at the top part is relevant here. We do need all of the greens to be at the top, I think. All of the reds to be, like, down here. No, because there's too many circles for that. I think. Or there's like not enough reds, you know? I'm gonna crank up the brightness on stream a teeny bit so that you can kind of see it a bit better, but like these are the only reds. And then there's 3 blues though. It's like if blue is supposed to be in this corner over here, like the other cyans are all taken. Sort them by 4s on the outer circle in the same color. But there's not 4 of every color. Technically green is supposed to be at the top, if I even care. So I kind of have it all sort of aligned to where they should be theoretically according to those triangles now, but it still is just like, this is nothing. Like, this is clearly wrong. It seems that there's 3 of each color, but then obviously we have fewer free ones to work with because of that color wheel. You know, the inner ring is taking up some. The red have to have the green and blue connected to them. I don't know. I don't know about that. Like the top picture. Oh. So you mean like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. So like this cyan should have a pink here and a yellow here, is what you're saying basically. That could be it. Like that, so that everything is one of its triangles, you know? That's going to be what it is. That's going to be what it is. Man, RPG for Life, you were way more in sync with what the designers of this game wanted. None of this has connected to me at all. But that's totally what it's going to be. Let's see. So we want that. And then for that green, we want a red and a blue. Okay, so those are all correct now. Actually, yeah, those are all correct now. And then for down here, it's red, so there should be a green here, a blue here, and then there you go. That also didn't do it. Wait, so this... I think these, maybe if I reverse them... No, that's correct on the bottom. What's... So what's wrong with it? Is one of these, like, the inverse of what it should be. Bam, 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 and then red, green, blue, then yellow, pink, cyan, and then green, red, blue. No, this looks correct. Is bottom left wrong? No, bottom left is correct. This is green, red, blue. And if you were to flip that triangle upside down, or, rotate it 180 degrees, it would be green on top, red on the left, blue on the right. Well, let me just try inverting it. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Top left and top and bottom left are the same orientation, which looks weird. Could be normal. I was interpreting the inner portion. I was interpreting the point, like the pointing inwards, as the top of the triangle. So like if I flip this, not horizontal, if I flip this, right, we've got our, oh wait, hang on, this is backwards, this one is backwards. Incorrect, these are all backwards. Incorrect shape rotating. Well, I flipped it vertically. Actually, I think I was right assuming rotation or something. This might just be, I think I don't want to go off of this being flipped because that's not what the game presented to me. I think we just want to look at it like this. And if we look at it like this, I mean, it might be that I do just need to, the thing is, I'm afraid of hitting this button, because what if hitting this button resets the whole puzzle again? I'm going to save, and then I'm going to hit the button. I don't need to be afraid. I have a save button. Okay, yeah, you just have to be brave and click the potentially undo the whole puzzle button in order to get the door open. I don't even think the rotation probably mattered. I think we were just, like, fine. I think we were just fine the whole time, and the orientation doesn't matter so long as they're grouped correctly. Oh, I've taken the secret entrance into Cirrus's lair in here, I think. Got something fucked up looking in there. Alright. Can I get that open? They did say that the amount of pollen in here is deadly, and that's why they had to leave. Well, I have Chad as my guide now. I had not thought of... I wasn't thinking about it right. We go around the back and go up to the dream chamber, and then there's gonna be like, this is where the chair is gonna be. Yep, there's the chair. Oh.
Agnar, it's you. You've come to rescue me. Over there's a lever that'll set me free. Hurry up before Agnar comes back. What are you waiting for? He'll kill us.
I don't have a cursor.
Move.
I want to. I'm here to rescue the kid. Uh-oh, here comes Akinar. Hey, look at the framing. The silver lever. Turn the silver lever.
Stop! This is not Yisha.
What?
He's got a science fiction gun.
Force the memory chamber to remove all of her memories.
Liar!
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
This is crazy. He killed Cirrus when he tried to save me.
He killed Cirrus?
I killed my own brother.
Yes.
He removed Yisha's memories.
The way she's just like, yes. Yes, you did.
All memories inside her head.
What?
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
Look, he's got the life stone. Serenia's memory chamber can't survive without the
Shut
life.
up!
Please, I'm your little sister.
He's just playing games with you.
Oh yeah,
He's
it's not a
killer.
gun, it's like a little crossbow.
No. No. I told you already. I only stole this to stop Cirrus from hurting Father, but I was wrong. He was after Yisha all along.
No, he's the one who kidnapped me, not Cirrus.
Look, we have to set everybody's memories back right again. The Amber Lever.
Oh, the amber lever. I mean, who do we trust here? Like,
No, you'll kill me if you do that.
Hooray! Before the memory chamber gets too weak to power the transfer.
Don't listen to
I kind of trust Akinar. He seems hinged. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I don't know what. Here's the thing. Like, if that was, wouldn't he just shoot the kid? Like, what? Wouldn't he just shoot the kid? I'm saving because I'm assuming there's multiple endings and I want to see them all. Just so we're clear here. These Myst games always have a few different endings. So. I mean, he seems hinged.
No.
Trust me, use the Amber Lever.
The way it
Use
interrupts
the
me
silver one
when I'm
now.
about to pull the amber lever.
Silver one.
Has me second guessing. Fuck it, amber lever.
No, you fool. My performance was perfect.
Wait, really?
Thank you.
You may have won this round.
Holy
but
shit, that is
it's
serious.
not over.
I thought I was giving myself the bad ending here.
No. Cirrus, don't.
Wait, and then she just flops over? What happened?
Something has gone wrong.
Wait.
Yisha's memories are not coming back again. There's got to be some way that I can reach her. If only I had a... No. Not now. Not now. The memory chamber can't fail now.
I have to return the life stone.
Listen to me. The memory chamber is dying. And if it dies, it'll stop the transfer. And I don't know what that will do to Yisha's mind. I can keep the chamber alive using the stone.
I love the life stone. It's such just like a goofy looking prop that he's using.
To reach her, go to the dream world.
He's just got this big rock
Try
with
and
him.
find a way of getting through to her memories. It's the only chance we have. Use the other chair. But hurry. I don't know how much time you'll have after I use the stone.
Yeah, he's like, it has no weight to it. It clearly has no weight to it, is the thing, right? Like, that is made out of styrofoam. This is finale. This is absolutely finale. I'm gonna save this in slot 2. I kind of just want to reload immediately and pull the silver lever. I assumed I was giving myself the bad ending there, and was just like, yup, you know, I'll be
Ragnar used the
yanking that
silver
silver lever then, or the red one, and then we're gonna see the
Turn it
bad
and you'll
ending, and then
set
we're
me
gonna
free.
reload to
No!
get the true end,
Stop!
because I want the true
This
end
is
last.
not
But
Yasha.
What?
Cirrus used the machine. He forced the memory chamber to remove all of her memories.
Liar!
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
This is crazy! He killed Cirrus when he tried to save me.
Seriously, would I kill my own brother?
there's gonna be a final puzzle. We're going back into the dream world. Peter Gabriel's gonna be there. He's gonna play another song.
Own memories.
That part's not gonna happen, I think. But
What?
This is Cirrus, I tell you.
Look, he's got the life stone. Serenia's memory chamber can't survive without the
Shut
life.
up.
Please, I'm your little sister.
He's just playing games with you.
You see, he's a killer.
No. No. I told you already. I only stole this to stop Cirrus from hurting Father, but I was wrong. He was after Yasha all along.
No, he's the one who kidnapped me, not Cirrus.
Look, we have to set everybody's memories back right again.
I mean, if you think about it,
Remember, Never.
Cirrus's book in Cirrus World was definitely like more maniacal. Like Cirrus was like a seething evil fuck in his book when we were reading that in Spire, and meanwhile Akinar's book was just like, man, sure sucks to be in this jungle.
No!
Yes. Ah, and then he just instantly gets squished by a big rock.
Coming around? I wish I could say the same for my poor dear brother. But I guess getting crushed twice in one day was just too much for him. Thank you so much for believing in me. I wasn't sure my little Yasha act would fool anyone. But now I'm sure it'll convince Mother and Father, at least long enough for them to teach me everything they know about the art.
There's your bad ending. Wow, not even credits. Cirrus had me completely fooled. I thought I was giving myself the bad ending with the red lever. Anyway. But yeah, like if I had to guess, Akinar did seem legitimately less evil in his own personal writings or whatever. It's Achenar, Akinar. Cirrus and Akinar both own you with bad endings in the first game. If you free either of them, then they trap you into their book dimension, and then that's the end of the game. The good ending in the first game is oh yeah, you gotta look up at the stone. Forgot about that. The first game's good ending is you free Atris from his book. And then Atris is like, well done. My sons were trying to fool you. Neither of them were good.
You are a most unusual traveler, my friend. The vision you witnessed here last time served you well, yet still you see Dream as dark and slightly dangerous. Why? I see the answer in your need. You are not just looking for visions this time. You seek the very memories themselves. The one you know as Yasha is still here. She's been unable to return to her waking mind.
Wow, yeah, 3
because her
people beat
connection
me
with it
in
was
pigs in
severed
the afternoon sitting.
prematurely.
So actually, I got 4th.
Come, I will take you to her. Yet the strands of Dream are shifting, even as we approach. I sense the connection reopening. So when we reach her... Interloper!
Interloper, what the...
That traveler has no guide. He's using Yasha's memories to remain anchored in Dream. Otherwise, he would be lost and quickly crushed amid Dream's constantly shifting waves of possibility. Why is she not aware of him? There, do you see the anchors he's using? They are very powerful memories, which both Yisha and the Traveler have in common.
I only knew
Somehow
Yisha
he's
for like a
jumbled
grand
them up
total of
and
8
is using
minutes.
the
How could we have
confusion
powerful
to hide
memories?
himself from her. She cannot return to a waking mind while he is attached.
It's not all video. This game does have some real-time
You can release
graphics.
her.
It uses
By
real-time
entering
rendering
both
for like
memories and replaying them
certain
correctly,
visual effects,
you
which
may
can
startle the
really slow
Traveler
the game
enough
down if you look in the
so
wrong
that he
direction.
reveals himself. I will send you into the first one now and await your return.
You can make one, just like you... You can make...
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have...
I'll tell them to when I link home. I'll tell them...
What the hell am I doing?
You should play him.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. That way,
I mean, this is obviously chess set related, the red one. Oh. Oh. The red one is chess set related. We have to like...
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide. Daddy's really good at chess.
Like, obviously Daddy's really good at chess, goes by the
I'll
chess.
tell him to when I link home.
But it seems like once you have it, like I can't look up or down right now. But all I can do, and if you scroll past something, it auto places it.
You can make one, just like you made...
This seems really annoying.
Could, but it's really hard to carve figurines.
So we have to move. Can I even do this? Like, right now we've got
They break so easily.
nothing.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't...
Chess.
That way I'll never be able to break it.
You can make one, just like you made my...
Nothing. Chess. Nothing. Nothing. Chess. It might have to be in the correct order as well. That would be evil.
Daddy's really good at chess.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that...
I'll tell them to when I... Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
Okay, that's all chess related.
You should play him.
This is all chess related.
They break so easily. That way I'll never be able...
They break so easily, that way I'll never be able to break it.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't...
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
They might all be chess related. It might literally all be chess, and the goal is to just get a huge line of all of it in the correct order on the chessboard. You know?
I'll tell them to when
I could, but it's really hard.
Daddy's really good at chess.
Okay, so the first line is probably...
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give...
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to...
You should play him.
The first line is probably...
They break so easily. That way I'd like to, sis, but I don't...
You can make one, just like...
Dude, Where's the daddy's good at chess line? I think that's the first one.
Daddy's really good at chess.
Yeah, I think it's daddy's really good at chess. You should play him sometime.
I'll tell them to when I leave.
Where's you should play him sometime?
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could get.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the state.
You should play him.
Okay, you should play him is the Ubisoft logo one. We're opening Paint back up here. Time to get Paint open again. We have to figure this out. Window capture. All right, let's go. Here's our situation. I'll just make it really big. I think the first line is this.
Daddy's really good at chess.
And that's like this type of symbol. I'm gonna write it next to it too. Needs to be a lot larger. That's that. Daddy's really good at chess. And so I think the next one is this,
You should play him.
which is like one of these. You should play him. Those two definitely go next to each other, if nothing else.
Right.
Well, maybe.
They break so. I'd like to, sis,
Okay,
but
this
I
is
don't have a
definitely
ch-
third then. The yellow triangle thingy. Which is like, wow, I can't see that at all. Yellow triangle with like a thingy on top. Says,
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
yeah, I did lose the text on the blue one. You should play him is what that is. I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set.
You could make one, just like you
These
made
are
my
probably
spirit
in
guide.
order. You could make one just like you made my spirit guide is the Dreamcast logo. Also known as a spiral. You could make one just like you made my spirit guide.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small.
Okay, then this like ninja star looking one. I could, but it's really hard to carve figures that small.
I'll tell them to when I link.
And then, is it this?
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Okay, so this one's probably next, and it's like the 4 circles with the dots.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set.
Give
As a
you
present.
a set. I'm gonna run out of room. I'm gonna run out of room. There's too many of these. And then it's probably this.
That way
No.
I'll never.
You could make one, just.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't. They break so easily. That way I'll never be able to break it.
That way I'll never be able to break it. So this is gonna come after the...
I could, but it's really.
Come on, now it's not saying the thing anymore.
Daddy's
Daddy's really good at chess. I think it's this.
I'll tell them to
No.
when I link.
Is it a fidget spinner?
Right.
Yeah,
And I
fidget
suppose
spinner.
you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
We got this one that's like, suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
They break so easily. That way I'll never be able to...
And then I think it's this like virus looking one. I'm running out of space here. I made them too big. Also, I forgot to make a layer, so it's just gonna look like this. Actually, I can do this real quick. Okay. I kind of drew everything too big. I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
They break so easily. That way I'll never be able to break it.
I don't really know where the they break so easily is gonna fit in. Those are already both claimed. Those are both claimed.
I'll tell them to when
I'll tell them to when I
I link home.
link home. Okay. So then one's like this. Oh, you're probably right. You're probably right about that. Tell them to when I link home. So it would be...
They break so easily.
Yeah, that's totally what it is. I'd like to... I could, but it's really hard. And then... So then we're thinking after here would be... They break so easily. And then in between the dark green and like down here is probably where that way they would never break one. Like the virus.
That way I'll never
Yeah,
be able...
that way I'll never be able to break it. Probably goes here. All right, so I think that this is what we're doing. Try to get that out of the way of the gameplay footage as much as possible, but I believe this is what we're doing. So now the issue is to just make that order somehow. That is not what I thought I was doing. Shit. Okay. There we go. So next we want the Ubisoft logo. Under it, then the green triangle. I think the way I'm gonna do this is like this. I don't really have a good game plan for like how to manipulate the pieces. I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I'm just gonna kind of wing it and hope it works. Also, I'm not putting them on the chess set, and I probably should be putting them on the chess set. You know, well, I think that once I have everything somewhere else, it would be trivial to move the whole stack to the chess set. Maybe. It might be trivial to move the whole... No, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be, actually. Hang on. Let me get that on the chess. Okay, next up is the Dreamcast, which is right there. That's convenient. Doesn't quite work though, because I can't place two on the same one. So I can do this, but then that's still... Oh wait, no, now we just do... Okay, we've got it. That.
I'll tell them.
Okay, once you've got the order figured out, it's really not that bad. There we go. Then it's this guy, I think. Is it this guy? It was not this guy. I did that wrong. Shoot. No. We want the other pink one. I think. Did I place they break? Yeah, I placed they break so easily. And now I'm placing this one. And then I'll just stick the virus over here. Then this one's been on its own this whole time. Alright, really not bad. And then these are in the wrong order, but you can just fix that in 2 seconds. Alright, cool. Puzzle actually solved. Something that video essay about this game I was watching this morning said is it called out how like arbitrary a lot of the puzzles are, like how puzzle for puzzle's sake they are compared to like previous Myst games where they're like sort of integrated into the environment a lot better and are sort of a lot more like logical in why they exist and what you're meant to do. This is definitely a puzzle for its own sake. This is we are floating in a void rearranging some shapes. Is that not it? Uh-oh. Is that not it?
Daddy's really good at chess. You should play him.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber. That way I'll never be able to break it.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
What if this green one is not last? What if it's actually after... What if it's after this?
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
It would be maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present. I'll tell them to when I link home. And then he would say, "Ha, yeah, and I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of this convenient material that I would love to have a piece of." And then Yisha's dumb, so she's just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Daddy's really good at chess.
Yeah. So we have to like decompose this in the best way that I can. I think the best way to do it is just like this. And then we just sort of dump a bunch of shit on these last two. And then at least it's really easy for me to replace these. Okay, that. I'm not sure what the, like, technically best way to do this is. But I really don't even think it matters. Like, from a task perspective, I just mean I'm not sure what, like, the minimum moves to solve is. It's a little tricky to figure that out, but really it's not hard to separate out individuals like this and then do what you want with them. Get that there. Okay, that's you could make one. So now we're trying to get the red, right?
You could
You
make
could
one.
make one. Now we're looking for they break so easily, which is right here. Perfect. It would be interesting to solve the minimum move, like to find the minimum move solution of this though, right? Not for me to figure out, but
They break so
they
easily.
break so easily.
Well,
Maybe mom and dad could give you a set, then we're going dark green. I think the thing about it is that it does unironically just get easier.
That way.
Oh wait, I went the wrong way with that. I just caused myself a bunch of unnecessary extra moves. Now I gotta do this and then back. But like, as you get closer to solving the puzzle, you have less pieces. You have fewer pieces to manipulate, so it does kind of just get easier actually. So it's not a hard puzzle. All right, please. How is this still not... Is this still nothing? Hello? How is this still nothing?
Daddy's really good at chess. You should play him.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
You could make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present. I'll tell them to when I link home.
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber. That way I'll never be able to break it.
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's clearly it, right? We must not have it on the correct object or something. They're talking about the chess set, so I just figured that means put it on the chess set. But maybe for some reason we're not supposed to put it on the chess set. Should I try just... Am I really just about to like decompose this puzzle and then rebuild it on like every object until I find the correct one? Like, this is a picture of it has to be the chess. Like, this is the picture of Atris and Catherine. This is a little statue. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the statue, because he carved the statue. This is a book. That could be any book. This is... I don't even really know what that is. And this is the chess set that they're talking about. Like, as far as I can tell, there's no... And maybe we put them in like an opposite order. I'm going to the map on this one. We are currently in the workshop puzzle. A color code Cirrus left behind. Wait. No, hang on. That's referring to the previous puzzle. Huh? Is there even a hint for this? Yeah, I'm able to save here. I'm gonna save with it like this before I rip my puzzle apart. But maybe if we come in here... Oh, Note, please make sure you go through step 1 and 2 of this puzzle solution before flipping the page to reveal the following steps. Doing otherwise will significantly hinder your fun factor. Okay. Well, I wouldn't want my fun factor to be hindered. Go to the dream world to see a hint about color combinations that produce white. Yeah. Link to the spire to find the color swatch arrangement Cirrus left there. Yup. Return to the workshop and access the secret door. Click on the lock. Place 6 colored marbles in the center of the lock. Yeah, this is old stuff. This is just old! Is there no... Oh, hang on. Yisha puzzle. Okay, it just wasn't selected. Yisha's memories have become too confused to allow her to return to her waking life. By connecting each partial memory to the object with which it relates, you will be able to free... Oh! So we don't want to get them in order. It's just... No, we do want to get them in order, but we also got to get them on the right objects. Okay, so the idea is actually that Daddy's not really good at chess is going to be for this. And then you should play him is going to be... Well, no, they're both going to be on this. And then... I mean, it's ambiguous.
I'd like to, sis,
but I don't have a chess set. That could also be on this.
You could make one.
You could make one just like you made my spirit guide. What's the spirit guide? Is this the spirit guide?
You could make one.
I could, but it's really hard to
No, I think this might be... Whatever the hell this is might be the spirit guide. Just like a complete random guess. And then carving figurines would be on there.
I could, but they break so easily.
And then...
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you
And then
a
maybe
set.
Mom and Dad could give you a set would be the picture of Mom and Dad.
Well...
And then this would be I'll tell them when I link home, linking book.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the
Same rock as the chamber, that way I'll
never
never be able to break it. I mean, what the hell is this? Is this the chamber? Maybe this is the chamber and this is a spirit guide. I don't really know what each object is. That's kind of part of the problem of the puzzle. Spirit guide does not really denote any, like, that's not a real object that exists in real life, so I can't tell what it's supposed to be just from the name. Meanwhile, this object is also not a thing that resembles anything from real life, so I don't know what this object is supposed to be. So it's kind of just like, I have no idea. I have no idea, but I guess I just start piecing this shit together.
Daddy's really good at chess.
I mean, this one is so ambiguous because it's about chess, but it's also about Daddy, so it could be this or this. Yeah, I think you're right, RPG for life, because, like, this is made of metal, but, like, I just don't know what it is, like, so it's confusing, but that's probably this is a spirit guide, and this is... Yeah, exactly. That's where I recognize it from. I knew this from somewhere. It's the loading icon. It's the loading icon. I'm just gonna start piecing shit together. I'm gonna put together what I think is correct, and if it's wrong, then we're just gonna look up the correct one at that point. Because if I'm wrong, it's due to, like, ambiguity and stupidity, and not because I don't know what I'm doing.
Daddy's really good at chess.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually going to be much harder to piece together the puzzle with everything having to be in different spots, because we can't just use the spots freely. This does make the puzzle much harder, if you think about it. I think that this is on the chess puzzle. And then you should play him sometime is Ubisoft. And then the triangle is I'd like to, but I don't have a chess set. That's also going to be...
I
Is that... We have one there. It's a little annoying, but whatever. It's actually not annoying at all. Just do this. Okay. You could make one just like you made my spirit guide, so I'm feeling that. Oh, did it do something special? Oh yeah, it's like glowing. Oh, wait, I saw this, you know? I was thinking in the back of my head, I saw this like halo effect back here earlier in the puzzle, and I was like, I wonder if that means anything. And then when I tried to look for it later, it was gone, and I just kind of dismissed it as like, I don't know, probably nothing. But that probably means that this is correct, is what it means. That's probably how the game tells you that. I sort of did this wrong. I should have not done it this way. Is there one on there already? Oh, there's already one on there. Whoops. Gotta move you off. You could make one just like you made my spirit guide.
You could make one, just like you made
Hopefully
my
that's
spirit guide.
that, but I guess we'll find out soon if it wasn't. You remember the rebuilding conversations puzzle, but not the awkwardly shuffling well? That's what it was the whole time. I guess I'm just sticking this here. This is actually gonna work. This is good. No glow yet, though. But I haven't put the they break so easily on there yet. Alright, now we've got the glow on that. They break so easily. Maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set.
that way I'll never.
This is gonna be... Maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set. Oh, that's just correct. And then when I put the fidget spinner on there, it goes away.
Right. And I suppose you.
Maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set. Green is... Yeah, that makes sense. I'll tell you too when I link home.
Right.
And then... I need these to be the other way around. How do I fix that? As we get closer to the solution of the puzzle, we sort of run into a problem, I think, where we have fewer areas to work with for shuffling stuff around, right?
Right.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
Like this Yeah, you're unable to put something on the same thing twice. See, it just goes over it. It just kind of hovers over. Like, I'm not pressing any buttons. You just sort of look left and right in this puzzle. So I could break the chess board in order to, but I think I mean, I definitely have to break something in order to fix this.
Right. That way.
That way, I'll never be able to break it. That can go there. And then these are just the wrong way around. If these could just reverse, if we could just like flip them, then we'd be solved. But these are on the wrong ones. This needs to be the other way around. Wait, that's doable. That's something I can completely do. You just do this. If only I could do it. Unfortunately, it's impossible. There we go. And then there's a solution. Yeah, okay.
Daddy's really good at
I
chess.
assembled the whole conversation, but I didn't realize it had to be
You should
done
play
like
one.
that.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily.
Well, maybe Mom
Man,
and
I've been
Dad
streaming
could
this for
give you a
2
set.
hours. I thought I was going to be
As a
done in like
present.
20 minutes today. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think this would be going this long.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
What fresh
That
hell
way
is
I'll
this?
never
We're
be
in the
able to
spirit
break
world,
it.
Americus. This is a Myst game where you also astral project into the spirit realm so you can talk to Peter Gabriel.
It's working.
Isn't it so Myst-like? This is just like all the other games in the series.
And will try to impede you.
Wait, that was just the first one, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to do multiple of these, aren't I? He's got multiple anchors. Oh no, dude. What the fuck, Ubisoft? Why are there multiple of these? Like, once you know how to solve the first one, it's not interesting at all to solve a second one. I'm gonna step away for a sec. I need a minute. I will BRB, and then I guess we gotta tackle the same puzzle but again. Great. Alright. Alright, hang on. Alright, let's do it. We can't even reuse the pictures because these symbols are different. Alright. What do we got here? I'm gonna like make this taller as well. How do I do that? Bam. And then... Alright, sick. Now we've got a bit more room to work with. I can shuffle things around properly.
See how round and smooth and empty it is?
See how round and smooth and empty it is.
And everything that's you will be sucked out of you.
And everything that's you will be sucked out of your body. Okie dokie.
Then I'll put my new memories back in my body, and no one will be able to
The
stop.
fuck did he just say? Hang on. Let me just draw these first, honestly. This is like... This kinda... thingy. Like one of those.
Then I'll put my new memories back in my body, and no one will be able to stop me. See this globe, little sister?
See this globe, okay. Is like pointy.
Of course, I'll kill them as soon as I know how to write ages.
Of course, I'll kill them as soon as I know how to write ages is like that. Of course, I'll kill them as soon as I know how to write ages.
Lights will go on.
Lights will go on. Is that all he said?
Lights
will go on. Okay. Lights will go on. And that's like a... something like that. I have to try to add the corn puzzle to this. I'm just sticking the corn puzzle over the gameplay at this point. The challenge to put it together. The reward. A work of art. There's how many more do I still have to draw? Fuck, there's so many. There's so many. This one's a little questionable in its design too.
Leaving behind the perfect disguise for me to step into.
Leaving behind the perfect disguise for me to step into. I mean, that just, like, I mean, it's going the other way, but, like, that's what it is. Leaving the perfect disguise for me to step into.
When I turn this switch, the chair you're sitting in will activate.
I can't even see what that is. The second symbol. I'm just gonna put like a question mark. I'm gonna make it a bit darker blue. And it's just, who knows what this thing is. And that's
When
I turn this switch, the chair will activate.
Never knowing it's really me who's doing the learning.
Okay, never knowing it's really me who's doing the learning. Never knowing it's really me who's doing the learning. I got the spiky green one.
Father and mother
will teach you the art. The spiky. Father and mother will teach you the art. Alright, I think that's all of them. Alright, now we gotta sort this. See this globe, little sister, is gonna be first. Oop. Did I draw this like... Oh, I see what I did wrong. Shoot, well. That's annoying. That's annoying. We're gonna be dragging around a lot of shit. Oh well. Is Piper getting horrible luck again? Oh my god, what? I just scrolled down to the bottom of the race, and yeah. He is an hour deep in this and still going. Oh my god, yeah. He's been looking for the fifth pig for over 40 minutes. That is a terrible single pig time. Okay, so it's see this globe, little sister. See how round and smooth and empty it is. When I turn this switch, the chair will activate. I think there's value in sorting them first and then figuring out which object they go into. The chair will activate, lights will go on. And everything that is you will be sucked out of your body. Then of leaving the perfect disguise for me to step into. Then father and mother will teach you the art. Never knowing it's really me who's doing the learning. Then I'll put my new memories in the body and no one will stop me. Of course, I'll kill them as soon as I... Well, it's going to be the other way around on these last two, isn't it? Going to be this order. I think this is it. See this globe? This is gonna be the globe. See how round and empty it is. Let me just get all the stuff off it first.
Then up.
And we get the... We have to...
See how round?
We have to dig pretty deep for this thing. Shoot, I have to... Oh, actually, that's fine, because this is also empty. That's easy. See how round and smooth and empty it is. That's done. When I turn this switch, the chair will activate. I have so much crap on the chair right now. So much crap on the chair. I have no idea what this object is, by the way.
Lights will go on, leaving behind.
When I turn this switch, The chair will activate. That stays there. That's correct. The chair will activate. Oh, that's correct. Okay, so the only one that goes on this is put my memories back in my new body. Or whatever. This is a harder version of the puzzle because we're building them sort of not next to each other. Like, we're gonna have these gaps that are gonna be difficult to fix, I think. No, never mind. We're not gonna have gaps. I thought there was another object between the chair and the globe. Lights will go on, and you will receive the suck. Where is that? That's right here. This can just go right on there. Hopefully that's it for the chair. That is not it for the chair. I also should put the leaving the perfect disguise one on there, I think.
Never knowing it's... Then I'll put my new memory, leaving behind.
Everything's kind of jumbled up, though. This is going to be a little weird. That's the chair done. So those three are done. Or those... The globe is done, chair is done. Leaving whatever that is and book. Father and mother will teach you the art. Problem is, all we can really do is move stuff back and forth between these two. That's not that good. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to break. Like, I definitely can't do it just by shifting stuff back and forth. I don't think that would ever work. I'm gonna have to break something I had already solved.
Then...
They're all right except for this. This is in the order of 2, 3, 1 at the moment.
Father and mother... Never know. Of course, I'll kill them as soon as I know how to write H.
That's not good. But there's 4. I really don't want to break the chair because there's 4 symbols on the chair. The chair is just hard to assemble. There's nothing I can do to get...
Of course.
No matter what I do... Here we go. I do that. Like, I think that right now, I am sort of rearranging them, aren't I? Because, like, if I moved this over now, then it would be in the order of 2, 1, 3. So I did rearrange them while preserving the pink one in the correct spot. So I think if I just do the exact thing that I just did again, it'll, like, shuffle them again, maybe. I don't know what I just did, but if I did it again, it might be good. Problem is getting the
Then I'll put my new...
blue one in front of the pink one, or getting the blue one under the green one. Just seems like I can't get that.
Father.
Let's see, if I move this one over now, then we'll have...
Never
No.
knowing it's real.
If I move this over now,
course
then
not.
it'll be green, yellow, purple, and just blue. I don't think that any amount of... some amount of shuffling these back and forth. Feels like it would probably eventually work. I was able to keep the purple one here while also changing the order of them on the right, and because of that, I feel like that makes it possible, but I can't get it. I forgot the steps that I used to do that immediately because I wasn't trying anything in particular, and now I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just lost. Maybe... Okay, I got the green out from under the blue, though. But that, like, doesn't actually do anything. I think all I'm gonna do is just move these back and forth over and over until I randomly get it. I have no idea. We're back to where we were at. Maybe I can think about it. We're back to that spot where it's 213. We're back to this spot. So let me think about it, actually. If I... Then it would be 2... I mean, in order for this to be solved, right? We need... What do we need? We need to end up in an order where it's... I mean, the fact that it's 1 here and 3 here makes me think that it has to end with placing the 1 here.
Then I'll put my new...
Like, if we have 4 in a stack, think about it like this. If we have 4 of them in a stack together, we necessarily have to split that into 2 stacks of 2. It's always going to split into 2 stacks of 2, and that's never the solution. If we have 2 stacks of 2, then we can move 1 over to create a stack of 3 and a stack of 1. So we need 2 stacks of 2 where one of them is purple on the bottom, yellow on the top. That is not a visible yellow. Yellow on the top. And one of them is green on the top, blue on the bottom. I think if we can get to... I think this is the state we're looking for, because then we just bump the yellow over by 1 onto the green blue yellow stack, and then put the purple back where it came from. So I think this is what we're looking for. Now, how do we make this? To make this, we would want a 4 stack of what? It would be green, yellow, blue, pink, right? It would be this, and then we would do green, yellow, blue, pink. So we're trying to make this stack. This stack right here is the solution. And to make that stack, what do we need? I mean, I can work backwards like this forever, but if I can't actually manipulate the shapes in a meaningful way, then I can't actually solve it other than just pressing buttons randomly. Green, yellow, blue, purple. Can I build that? To do that, we would need just a stack of 3, green, yellow, blue, and a purple. Well, that's not good, because green, yellow, blue, purple is the solution. If we had that, we'd be free already. So, how do I reshuffle things? Let's see. I guess if we have, I guess from this state, right, where it's green, blue, and yellow, purple, we could put the yellow on bottom, move the purple to the left, keep the purple on the left. Or we could move the green to the bottom and keep the blue on this side, you know? To where it's yellow, that, and then blue on its own over here. So, like, I guess what I'm saying is, and then from here, what do we do? From here, we could do yellow, purple, green, blue. Or we could do yellow, blue, green, purple. Yellow, blue, green, purple. Wait a minute. Because we would do, no. We would do blue, yellow, and then purple. Yes, hang on. Green. So from this position, so that, what does that mean? I'm gonna delete all, at this point we don't need any of this up top anymore. I'm gonna delete it all so I have more room to work with. Like, from this position, it's that, right? We can do that, and then from here, like, we can either do that, or we can just do, or we can just put the blue under and end up with yellow, purple, green, blue, which is not interesting, I think. But, or we would end up with this down here. And from here, we can end up with, I wish I could draw this a little faster. But I guess in the spirit of Myst 4, nothing is fast. Blue, yellow, green, purple, right? And then that would decompose into a set of 2. From a 4, you only get 2s, right? That would decompose into blue, blue, green, right? Blue, green, yellow, purple. So what does this all mean? I don't know, but if we can like if like let's say instead of assigning colors to these, we assigned numbers to these, right? We say instead of blue, green, yellow, purple, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have some like we can look at this as a way of scrambling things to where we can then figure out how to unscramble it to get to the state we're currently at, which is wait, yeah, purple on the left. Like this state that we have right here in the game currently is very similar to this state right here, right? Where it's purple, blue. The problem is that this green and this yellow are reversed.
Of course I'll
I mean, the
kill
thing
you.
is, we're not... Well, these arrows are... Are these arrows backwards? Yes. Green, yellow, blue, purple. This arrow is backwards. That forms that. And then... How did we get to here again? I forget now. I guess that was... No, I don't remember how we ever got here. I don't remember how I made that connection. That's not really... Oh, from the top left, pick up the right stack. I see. Yeah, that then does get us green and then blue. But the thing is, this gets us, this just gets us the solution. Because if we pick up the left stack, then we get green, blue, yellow, green, blue, yellow, pink. And that's what we want. But see, if we follow this line all the way through, we've come up with a way to go from this pattern to this pattern, which if we assign them numbers instead of colors, that gets us from, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. That changes us to this, right? We can go from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4, 1, 2, 3. And then you can essentially reassign the numbers. Well, 4, 1, 2, 3. So then it would be... Are these reversible? No, these are not reversible. So if we did it again, if we then did the same line again, it would become... I think that the blue is just switching diagonals here repeatedly, right? But other things are not. Like this is 4. We'd have 4 on the bottom. Three switched back and forth. Well, I guess we don't really know how this is working, actually. Yeah, that's wrong. It would be... I wasn't thinking about it right. It would be that... The one in the top left moves to the right, yeah. So actually, 4 would be in the top right. The blue would move to here. And then the one that's in the top right moves to the bottom left. That would be the yellow. The one that's in the top right moves to the bottom left. Wait, what? Yeah, the one that's in the bottom left moves to the bottom right. And then I guess the green ends up on top, because the one that's there ends up, no. The 2 is the green. The 2 is the green. This is hard to think about. This is difficult to think about. I'm, brain way too small for this. The 2 is bottom right, because the one that's there moves there. So then the one that's there moves there. Yeah, okay, you're right. The 2 is down there. You're right. The 2 goes here, and then the pink goes here. And then from there, we have to keep, if we keep running this out, if this does bring us through every different combination of these numbers, then eventually we can just keep running step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4 to step 5 over and over again. We can just keep running this 5-step process until we have this stack. It can only be a loop of 4 combinations. Well, how many possible combinations are there? I guess 4 times 3 times 2. So I guess that doesn't make sense. Yes, that does make sense. There are not 24 different ways this can be. I guess there are 24 different ways to order these. Yeah, there are. If you thought of them in a line, that would be very intuitive to me. They're just in a grid now. So there are 24 different combinations. And yeah, you're right. It can only be a loop of 4. And I think probably none of those 4 are what we want. But can we, build different loops is what I'm wanting. Different loops of 4. Because, we've got our process here that we're thinking about, which is this. But we could also have branched off in this direction, where we now end up with a 4 that is not in the same order as before. And then from there, that'll bring us into a 2 of a completely different kind, I think. I'm not really sure how to think about this. I think I should just keep scrambling. I think that's how I should think about this. I think fuck trying to solve it on paper. We just keep moving stuff at random until I see one of these patterns that I know works. Or a way to get to it. Wait, oh no, we're not. Wait, no, hang on.
Then
No, never mind. Thought I had something for a second there and I did not. I mean, in that case, I should at least finish this out. I should at least finish out this cycle down here, because if we know the cycle of 4, then we know that any of these 4 states can be manipulated into the correct winning state, and we know the exact process for doing it. So let me at least figure out what the 4th good state is. Top left moves to top right. So pink will move to here. Top right moves to bottom left, so the 4 is going to move down here. Bottom left moves to bottom right. So we end up with yellow. And then that puts green up here because bottom left moves to bottom right moves to top left. Yes. So that's that. And then if we ran this again, let's see. Yep, this would move to there. That would move to there. Yeah, okay. So this is the pattern. We've got this cycle of 4 where we know that any of these 4 states are winning for us. If we can build any of those 4 piles of 2, then we're in there. So what piles of 2 have I got right now? The first visit, yeah, the first visit to the dream world was fine. I had no problems there. And then there's this shit. And then there's this shit. Oh yeah, did we have that? I don't think that helps us though necessarily because these steps are not reversible. We're trying, my brain is not that big, but I do know that any of these 4 sets of 2s are winning. I do know that. Did I literally have state number 2? And I didn't recognize it? I might be stupid. Let's see. What have we got here? Right here we've got nothing. Here we've got literally nothing. If I move this over, then it would be yellow, green, purple. And if I move this over, it would be purple, green, yellow. I'm just gonna keep scrambling. I'm just gonna keep scrambling and pay closer attention. Blue, yellow, purple. No. If I moved this over, if I moved the yellow over, we would have green, blue, purple, yellow, which would then be green, purple. No, it's nothing. Hey, Pixel. I'm trying to solve the puzzle. Wait, hold up. Green, blue. No, that's yellow, purple. If this were the other way around, we'd be in there. We would have the unnumbered state. We would have the unnumbered 4th cycle, and then we would just have to do some shit, and then we'd be in there. This is close. This is close to being it, but it's not it. Can't you switch them on the same item? How?
Then I'll put my new memories
There's not a
back
button
in
for
my
it.
body, and no one.
That's not just like a mechanic. There would have to be a puzzle way of doing it. No, you cannot. Purple, blue, yellow, green, no. Like if I pick this up, if I pick these up, I have to move it over. I can't put one back down or anything like that. I can't even put them back as like a never mind, I changed my mind, I didn't want to do this move. No, you're stuck with it and you have to move them over, and you can only place one on one at a time. So like now I gotta move this over here.
Then I'll put my new memories.
I mean, I guess I could just try to like... That's green-purple. That doesn't get us anywhere. I guess I could try to think about like, if we know that the 4 states in those cycles are good, then we could just start like building out the web, right? And just seeing like, okay,
Then I'll put my...
which states can we get to there from? And just build out an increasingly large list of, if we get here then we win type states. Wait, blue, green, purple, yellow. We're there. We're literally there. Check this out. Green, blue, purple, yellow. We have this right here. We're in there. There's still a lot of steps to get to the solution, but we have a path to the solution from here. I am saving. From here. Okay. From here we... How do I get from 1 to 2? It's moving the right stack over to the left. We go green and then blue. Okay.
Of course,
I'm gonna annotate this for myself. Move right stack. This is pick up right stack. And then this, to get from 2 to 3, it's, let's see, pick up right stack. And then to get from 2 to 3, it's pick up left stack. Right? Because then that goes blue, yellow, purple, green. Yeah, okay. Then we pick up the left stack. Pick up left. Pick up 4. Okay, so we are gonna pick up the right stack. And do this, which isolates the lower one on here, which correct. Then we pick up the left stack and move it here. And we pick up the left again. Then we pick up the 4. Okay, we are now at step 1, quote unquote. I unfortunately erased how you win from step 1, but we are now here. Circled step number 1. From here, I think we just... Oh, from here we just pick up the left stack. And then... There you go. Puzzle solved. I am a literal genius. I just want everyone to know that I'm a fucking genius for solving this. What a dumb puzzle.
When I turn this switch,
I did not look it
the
up.
chair you're sitting in will activate.
I actually sat down and solved
Lights
it.
will go on.
I can do that sometimes.
And everything that's you will be sucked out of your body. Leaving behind the perfect disguise for me.
That took
to
like
stay.
45 minutes or something. Yeah, you can't look this up because you know, depending on how you've
Father and
scrambled
mother will
stuff.
teach you the art.
I thought about that at some point where it's
Never
like
knowing it's really
I
me
couldn't look this up
pursuing the
even if
way.
I wanted to.
Of
Because
course
it's
I'll
like
kill
from an
you as
initial
soon as I
state
know
there
how to
there could be a
direct
solution,
engines.
but what if these are just scrambled? Like what if they're just randomized? That's what I
Then
would do
I'll
if I were the
wire
devs.
your
I would
memories
randomize it and then
back
be
in my
like,
body,
fuck you gamer,
and
you
no
have to
one
solve it
will be
yourself.
able to stop me.
And it's possible that I didn't solve that in the most efficient way, where like because I was placing that, well, no, because I have to place them in order, but like maybe if you were placing them with like a different philosophy, there were much easier ways of solving that.
She's free.
But I did it, and that was the last one. Okay, I was expecting a third.
You have done well,
I was expecting a
traveler.
third.
The one you know as Yisha has rediscovered her waking mind. Even now, she begins to return there. The interloper cannot follow her. The strands of dream close in on him, and without a guide to shield him, he will be completely crushed under their weight. Return now to your waking life, until the next time you wish to travel in dream.
Yes, Pixel. Cirrus, like, ejected his sister's consciousness into the spirit realm so that he could take over her body, so that he could trick his parents into teaching him how to write magic linking books, because that's what he wants to do. And his parents had previously, back in Myst 1, locked him in book prison, but he escaped from book prison, and he wants the evil linking book magic. That's what this is about. Anyway, let me save that again before the game crashes or something. I'm liking this redemption arc for Akinar, though. I hope the game doesn't spoil it.
We did it.
I like to think that 15 years in a book prison
The transfer.
can reform a man.
We saved Yisha. Don't look so surprised. The life story
Yes, but Cirrus is shitty and he deserves that. He deserves to wander lost in the dream realm for an eternity. Sorry, dude. There are things in this life worse than book prison.
Break the glass that contained the guests.
Uh-oh, he went downstairs and he's sacrificing himself. Oh, come on, dude.
That made it kind of lethal.
Come on, bro. He had to break the glass that was
This way.
sealing the, like,
All the
old
things I
chamber
did.
that had become toxic.
It's okay. Cirrus is dead. It's over. Everything's gonna be okay, little sis.
Devs are a bunch of cowards who can't give us a redemption arc and living character. It has to be your classic sacrifice. We don't gotta deal with having Akinar as your bro in the next game. We're Myst Guy. They just call him the Traveler. He's just sort of like an unnamed, just like guy who likes to get involved in things.
My friend.
Just sort of a family friend
Seems I'm
of
always safe.
Atris's.
Catherine has taken Yisha to Tay. She's all right. She really is a strong little girl. But she's gonna need time. She loved Akinar and Cirrus very much. God, this is hard. It's as if a door inside me is closed despite everything I've done to keep it open. But in a way, maybe that's good. My
I guess that
sons
was
may
the
be
final
gone,
puzzle. That
but
that's
daughters-
such a weird thing. As like the
Catherine, I
climax
give
of the
her all the
game,
love and attention
you must
she-
shift these
move on
fucking
with her
symbols
life,
around.
just as we must move on with ours. Endings are just another form of beginning, I guess. The harder an end is to face, the more hope we bring with us to the next beginning.
Yeah, unfortunately, they never did it. I wish they had done it. I am super down to play Myst 5, and I definitely will play Myst 5. I don't know if I'll stream it or not, because I don't really have like a... Oh, and credits. I don't really have like a premise for streaming Myst 5, but I really do want to play Myst 5, even though I kind of hated this one. You want Uru before 5? I don't know that I want to do that to myself. I don't know how... I don't even really know anything about Uru, but... Myst Online is still online. I assume it has a community. It's probably like a community full of boomers who just like, I don't know, are just like still into that. Pretty much all old MMOs still have a community. You'd be hard pressed to find an old MMO that is playable that is not being played. Well, at the end of Myst 1, I think Atris tosses the books into the fire or something, right? But at the start of Myst 4, he reveals that he kept copies of those books. So the sons were still alive in their book prisons. So yeah, it's like a sequential thing. You know, Myst 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all in order. I mean, that's how it is. Like, I have a weird amount of playtime into Lord of the Rings Online. Warsaw Village Band. Interesting. I love when they credit all of the individual people who played the instruments with what instrument they played in the credits. Chris Bleth, who played the Duduk English horn. What a badass. Gilbert played the world percussion. Amazing homemade clay winds were played by Susan something. That's it. That's like a sick credit to have in a game. The devs were so impressed by your homemade, like, cool clay instruments that they had to credit you as having amazing instruments. Rob Bozos at Real World Publishing for his precious help as well in the special thanks. But yeah, like, I used to play a bunch of Lord of the Rings Online for a little bit. You can blame Pi for that. And that game still has a community. You know, that's an MMO from 2007, which still gets updates from time to time. It got an expansion maybe like a couple of years ago. And there's a community, and the community is full of like dudes in their 50s and stuff like that. That's who still plays old MMOs. It's like dudes in their 50s, and they were arguing about whether or not... The last time I was playing was before the Lord of the Rings show, like the Amazon show came out, and they were in the world chat arguing about whether or not it was woke. They were like, it's gonna be woke, I just know it. This is the funniest thing, but that's who's still playing these old MMOs. Oh shit, dev photos? Why are the credits better than the game itself? This is like everything I like to see in a game's credits. You have any other pictures, or just you five? Oh, hell yeah, the whole team. The gang's all here. Tag yourself. I'm the center dude on the right, or on the left. Our most special thanks to George Chastain Jr. for teaching us so much, sharing his love of Myst. Wait, I couldn't read that. It's scrolling too fast. There was a whole paragraph there. Oh man. President and CEO Eves. There he is. I was looking... Wait. That guy's just got someone else's fit. Wait, he's wearing a Nox t-shirt. That's a different game. But that guy's shirt just has a picture of someone else's face on it. I was too busy looking at the picture of the devs to notice the 6 special thanks. During these 3 amazing years of development, some members of our team became parents. We wanted to dedicate a part of the game to those we call the Myst babies. We wanted to also thank the following people who gave us a hand to make the game possible. Man, they had a lot of Myst babies. Every once in a while, you do see that in the game credits, where they'll credit like 1 or 2 babies. But that was like 6 babies or something. Damn, those are some good credits. Those are some good credits. They even played the Peter Gabriel song over the credits too. It's a good final impression for the game. My review can't be as angry now because I really liked their credits. These are the kinds of things you develop opinions on when you've played like 600 games on stream. You start to form opinions about how the credits should be. But there you go. I wonder if I go into help system. Oh yeah, that's just that. And this is just nothing because it's nothing. Yep. Oh. Wait, what happened here? Alright, well my Xbox Live might be messed up in some way as well, but I think we tried this the other day and it didn't work, so there. But anyway, that was Myst 4. Let us go ahead and get this thing wrapped up, I guess. If it'll load, please. Thank you. Let us do the thing. Oh, it might be because of that. I don't know. The services do work, Brant. Original Xbox Live was taken down in 2010, but in recent years, there's a project called Insignia, and they've actually managed to like replicate Xbox Live and get the servers essentially back up and running for like not a ton, well, like a lot of games. Not every game, but like a lot of them. Wait. Okay, yeah. Just had to check something. But this one does not have the servers back up clearly. But like Halo 2, you can just play that online. There's a custom server for it. Tons of games. It's probably like 100 games or something they support at this point, maybe more. It's for a game like this, it would just be Xbox Live aware. So like on the OG Xbox, nah, achievements weren't a thing. On the OG Xbox, there like is no operating system. Like there's no, like it's not like the 360 or the PS3 where you can hit the home button, right? And it brings up the interface. The OG Xbox did not have that. So for interacting with Xbox Live, every developer had to program their own Xbox Live menu into their own game. And so for a lot of games, obviously, that had multiplayer, they would be doing that anyway. But for a game like this, it's called Xbox Live Aware, where it'll basically just bring up a menu where you could, like, see your friends list, and that's it. Maybe you could do a voice call, and you could be in a voice call with your friends playing Halo 2 while you played Myst 4 like some kind of nerd. You know? But that's all it would do. And I think it would show you then as being online playing Myst 4. Something like that. But every dev had to program that into their own game, which is just insane. And so that's what that is. But anyway, that was Myst 4 Revelation. Cut the 18-hour mark on that one, so hell yeah. Got thoroughly bodied by the people of How Long to Beat on this one. So Where do I begin? I have a lot to say about Myst 4 Revelation. Like, ultimately, I did not like the game, but I do have a ton to say about it. And a lot of games that are bad in a way that I just don't have anything to say because it was boring. But this game gives us a lot to talk about, doesn't it? First of all, I had to look up the solution to so many puzzles. Like, there was no shot I was ever solving Spire. There is no shot. Maybe I should start with the things I like. The things I like is, yeah. The Dream World stuff I find really interesting in like this is such a break from what Myst usually is, that it just kind of is compelling to me, you know? Like, Myst is so... To me, Myst is about walking around in these sort of weird otherworldly areas that just have puzzles naturally built into them. That's what it's about. And like, Myst 4 mostly is that, and then suddenly it's just like, alright, fuck it. You know, like, crazy-ass Dreamworld section. You look at the rock and then you just sort of ascend into like an astral plane sort of situation while it starts playing Peter Gabriel music. And there's like spirits going all over the place. It's just kind of like a sick section. That whole like, the whole 5 minutes where you first go into the spirit realm is such a departure from anything else that's been in this series that I was just kind of like, well, that's awesome. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it sure is cool, IMO. I liked that. I don't know, I really didn't mind. Like, the soundtrack is very background. I don't care one way or another about it. There's not much to say that I liked about this. Really, we have to get into the puzzles, because there are individual puzzles that I like. I actually liked the monkey puzzle, which apparently people don't like that monkey puzzle, but if you play on Xbox, it's a little bit easier to interact with. And I don't know, I think that's a reasonable puzzle. You know, you find the clues in the house, and then you piece them together and you use them to solve the puzzle. I was like, that's a reasonable puzzle. If every puzzle in the game was about that level of complexity and difficulty, I'd have probably really liked this game. Problem is, most of the puzzles in this game were really fucking hard. Like, and I'll say it for the millionth time. I beat Myst 1, I beat Myst 3, we don't talk about Riven, ignore Riven, but those games were totally fine, played them just fine. I did have to look some stuff up, and I did get stuck quite a bit in Exile, but I got there. I don't think Exile was that hard. This game, the puzzles were just way harder, I feel like. Like, and really when I say that, like, what makes the puzzles harder? I think a lot of what made the puzzles harder for me was graphical, weirdly. Like, because of the way the game looks, it makes the puzzles harder to solve. Like, for the first half of Haven, where you're trying to piece together all of the information using, like, the totem poles or whatever, I couldn't tell what was on the totem poles. Like, the symbols were on the totem poles, but the actual animal heads were like, I don't recognize that. You know, like, and I saw all the animals, but also the animals themselves all kind of looked the same to me. Like, I think that there were probably animals that were not the same that I thought were the same, because the visuals are just kind of blurry, because it's all pre-rendered and heavily compressed to fit on the Xbox. So it's just like, I can't tell what that is. So, like, I essentially couldn't solve the Haven one, even though I had all of the logic to solve it, because I just couldn't tell what the hell I was looking at. And that's just like, that's just lame as hell. And that sort of as well extends to like the interaction with the puzzles, where a lot of times I didn't even really know what to click on. Talking about the gate in Haven in particular, where it was like, I tried clicking on all kinds of shit to interact with that gate, and it turns out you were supposed to click on a thing and slide it up, and I was like, this just looks like nothing to me. Like, it's not, you know, there's no like very distinct visual handle where it's like, oh, there's the handle. You know, like, the graphics are very blurry and very, I don't know. Like, I think that part of the problem is that they're very detailed, right? Like, there is way more detail and way more lighting and all that, like, cranked out of this game because it's like, it's pre-rendered, right? Compared to what you could do if it was all real-time graphics on an Xbox. Like, they're able to get way more detailed, but then it's all just blurry, and you just end up with, like, kind of an indistinct mess, is my opinion on it. Compared to, like, you know, if you had to make Myst 1 on the OG Xbox, like, same game, you're just porting it to Xbox, you'd have no problem identifying everything in those visuals, because it's such a much more simple-looking game. The graphics are just a lot more, like, everything is flat, you know? Everything is just flat squares. It's all simple geometry, and so you can tell what stuff is. So overall, I really struggled with the puzzles in this. Another one where the visuals really screwed me was, you know, changing the water direction in, what's that last area? Serenia. Changing the water direction in Serenia was like, I can't tell where anything is coming and going, and I'm also horribly lost on top of that. So, it's just like, this is just fucked. Like, I can't see. I would love to solve this, but I can't see. So, it's kind of bad. And then there's Spire, which I think the thing about Spire was that all of the information required to solve the puzzle was spread so widely in such a large area that's why I struggled with that one. Like, I just didn't find all of it, even though I had walked around for quite some time. And, like, the whole tuning thing as well, just, like, a lot of Spire just felt like I did not understand it. That was a lack of understanding issue rather than a visuals getting in my way issue. So that was just straight up hard. I could see, you know, if you're able to see what you're doing better, then maybe you like the Spire puzzle, but I was very frustrated for all of Spire because I just had no idea what was going on. And then when I looked it up, it was just like, I wasn't even close. I wasn't even close to solving it on my own. So that one felt really bad. I was kind of frustrated during that, but I don't know. It's probably an okay puzzle if you just, I don't know. I don't even know. But really, part of the issue with trying to solve the puzzles in this game is that just playing the game is bad. Like, it has bad gameplay, which is weird. Like, first of all, changing screens takes several seconds, and that's just like, it's like, it feels actively punishing to have to move about the game world, where it's like, am I really gonna walk back to that island to, or like, you know, go across the island to check that tip again or something? Like, I don't want to. Like, that's gonna take forever to walk over there. And there is fast travel, but sometimes the fast travel's deactivated for one reason or another, or there's just no good fast travel point to get to somewhere. You know, especially when you're, like, in a maze-like section, like Serenia or, you know, the woods in Haven. Like, when you're involved in that stuff, it's just like, not only is it incredibly slow to get around, but also you're, like, lost to shit, and it sucks. It's so slow, and, like, Exile is not even close to this slow on Xbox. Like, I went back and checked my footage, and Exile is, like, instant. So, like, with that, you can just get around. But in this game, just the simple act of getting around is, like, absolutely painful. Yeah, you're thinking of SM64, Tinas. That's a famous anecdote about SM64. They spent a huge amount of time just getting Mario's movement correct before they even made the rest of the game. But, like, if just walking around is bad, and, like, I'll say this, I am someone who, like, I'm a fan of Juggernaut for the PS1. I don't know if any of you here know Juggernaut, but, like, that is a slow-ass game, and I'm not even bothered by it there. But this game is just even slower than that somehow, and it just bothers me at this point. It just bothered me. And then there's, like, the cursor, where, like, the cursor doesn't, the speed of the cursor is not consistent, and so it's like, you're trying to move the cursor around the screen, and just clicking on things is hard. Like, moving is slow, clicking on things is hard, and this is something that's apparently true of the PC version as well. Like, this is just, it's like a known fact about Myst 4, that just, like, clicking on stuff is hard in this game. Like, they just fucked up the cursor. And, like, the fact that it's the disembodied hand, like, it animates between its states, which means that if you're just doing like the classic point and click strat of just click on everything on screen, or like just scroll your cursor around and see what's clickable, you can't even do that in this game, because if you're just doing that, you'll scroll right over something interactive, and your hand will like start to do the animation, but then give up on it as you scroll past, and it just looks indistinguishable from like if you didn't hover over anything at all. Like, you can't tell when you hover over stuff unless you stop on it for like a full second, and that just means that it's really easy to not see things that are interactive. Like, something will be interactive, there's like a button, but I won't know that you can click on that for a while because I hovered over it and nothing happened, and it's because of the shit cursor. And then, yeah, there's that too. If you misclick on something, which is really easy to do because of the weird cursor acceleration, you get that like second-long tapping animation where it's just like, god damn it. It's like the game is making fun of you when it does that stupid tap, and like at no point in the game do you ever need to tap on anything. The tap is strictly there as like an immersion thing, because you can tap on the different materials and it makes different noises for every material, which is kind of a cool detail actually. But like, it's like the game is making fun of you with a feature that does nothing except waste 1 second of your life when you misclick. It's just like, it's insane. And it just makes like, between that and the movement, very basic interaction with the game, it just feels like there's a brick wall there between you and the game, you know? Where like, ideally you want it to feel, you know, like everyone, you know, people talk about immersion or whatever. You want to feel like you're in the game. If I want to walk over there, you just walk over there. There's no friction between that, you know? Mario in SM64, once you get good at SM64, you control Mario like he's an appendage of yours, you know? Like, you don't think about it at all. You can just move him. It's great. But like this game, there's just always a barrier there between you and the game. We're just trying to interact with it is consistently frustrating. They screwed up the clicking in this point and click. Like, that's a good way of putting it. Like, they screwed up the clicking in this game that literally only is about clicking, and like, how did they fuck that up? So overall, between that and, yeah, they screwed up the pointing too with the acceleration. It's like, between that and just like the visuals that made it hard to tell what was going on, and like made it harder for me to solve a lot of the puzzles even when logically I was correct about them, just made this sort of a consistently frustrating game where I had a really hard time solving anything. And even when I was solving something, I'm not sure how fun it was, you know? I'm not sure how much fun I was having. So overall, this is quite disappointing to me. This is one of the Xbox games I was actually most hyped for, because I didn't know anything about it, and I just thought it would be cool to dig like deeper into the Myst series than most people do these days. But it was really disappointing. So I think for how much non-fun I was having throughout a lot of parts of this game, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. It hurts my soul, but yeah. I don't recommend Myst 4 at all. Yeah, this is what happens when... for the record, I thought Exile was great. I gave Exile a 4 out of 5, but for this one, you know, turns out when you set Ubisoft Montreal, who have never made a game like this before, on making a game like this, it just... They just did a bad job. I don't know. Hopefully Myst 5 will improve on some of these things. Definitely interesting though, for sure. Like, a lot to think about. Definitely leaves you with a lot to think about. Oh, also, last point of the review, I find it really interesting how 4 games deep in this, they still didn't hire better actors. Like, every actor is just like hamming it up incredibly, I feel like. And it's just like, I don't know, like, I personally, that does not affect my enjoyment of the game. I like it just as much, good or bad, but it's just interesting to me that it's like, come on. They sold like 20 million copies of Myst. You couldn't get actors who can act. Like, you had to... Like, I think Atris is actually just, like, one of the guys from Cyan Worlds. I think Atris might be, like, the director of Myst or something like that. But, like, Cirrus and Akinar, like, you went and hired those guys. You couldn't have done any better. So it's kind of interesting. But, like, I do have to, like, give a hats off to them for having the balls to even do it. Because, like, in the 2000s, I feel like by the 2000s, live action, you know, like, FMV people were just, like, by that time, it was, like, so out of fashion. Like, I cannot think of a single other game that was still doing it by this time. You know, like, nowadays it's kind of come back in style as, like, a nostalgia thing and, like, a, oh, it's kind of fun, that's cool sort of situation. We're like, you know, we're into that. We like FMV these days. But growing up in the 2000s, all I ever remember hearing was just about how shit it all was and how, like, embarrassing of a trend it was. Like, people were not kind to that sort of thing. But Myst 4 had the balls to still do it anyway, even though it was, like, 2004. So, hell yeah. I respect it.